this is not a review. This is a use case video as to why, for me and my purposes, the Ulanzi Shoulder Bag is the best everyday carry bag that I've found to date for my needs. And then up here to compare and contrast, I've got the Bellroy 9-liter sling, the Alpaka shoulder bag, and then a Propellerheads shoulder bag. And then I also have my DJI Air 2S and the DJI Osmo 6. So for my everyday carry setup, you know, I keep my wallet on me, I keep my phone on me, that's all in my pockets. But within the shoulder bag, I have back pain, and having everything off body really helps alleviate that. So even with my wallet and my phone, I'll throw those in here. But as far as what I always have in my bag, I specifically wanted to find a bag that can carry my Sony a7S III, which is what I'm filming with right now. So for the time being, I've got my Sony ZV-E10, and I know there's a size difference, but for the purposes of illustration and what I keep in my bag, I've got my Sony ZV-E10, which is usually my Sony a7S III, which fits perfectly in here. I have a pair of gloves. These are the Patrol Incident gloves, leather style. I have a lens pen. I carry both a first aid kit, which I've added items to. I've got more Band-Aids, I've got Advil, I've got ibuprofen, or I'm sorry, Advil is ibuprofen. Ibuprofen, acetaminophen, a few other things in here, small junior size Band-Aids because primarily for my two very active daughters. I have a MagSafe battery. So I just recently upgraded to the new iPhone, the iPhone 14, and I really like the magnetic capacity. So it's super convenient for the Osmo 6. And then the magnetic battery with, this is Anker. I love Anker products. This has the USB-C port, so I can charge other things off of it, not just my phone. So if I have, you know, a set of headphones or something that I need to plug it in, as long as I've got a USB-C to whatever, I can use this power bank. And then to make sure it doesn't deactivate anything else, I click it to the first aid tin. In addition, I have a flashlight. I recently picked up one that runs off of a rechargeable AA. This runs off of two CR123s, which isn't super convenient, but it's a really good size. It's got the high beam and the strobe. So it's a Phoenix PD35, and it's got the nice bezel on it. So this has been with me for quite some time. And then I carry a improved first aid kit. And so this has both I do need to find a new bag for it to sit in here, but I have a pre-assembled tourniquet, compressed crinkle gauze, 2 packs, and a set of nitrile gloves where the orange goes on the inside and the black is the exterior. And then you can reverse it if need be. And then on the front, I carry a hand towel, which is fantastic for this Texas heat. I carry a extra set of SD cards and micro SD cards. I have a key lanyard with my house keys and my vehicle keys. And that way when I have it slung, it's just easy for me to get my keys out. Now, the reason why the Ulanzi has taken its spot as, I've been on the hunt for a bag for my needs for quite some time. And for a while, I was using the Bellroy 9-liter sling, and it has so many of the same features and functionality. So both bags have this expandable piece of fabric, so the bag compresses and expands as needed. Both of them have these dual zippers, so you can open up one side more than the other. They both have these interior side pockets. Probably if you had a small Nalgene, one of those little personal Nalgenes, that would fit in there. That's where on this side I fit the first aid kit and the battery is on one side, and then the improved first aid kit, the individual first aid kit, goes on the other side. So they both have those pockets. They both have space up top to put batteries or glasses, a nice little soft storage zipper. The Bellroy has the addition of this interior slit pocket right here. And then the Ulanzi, and this is a big differentiator for my purposes, has a similar pocket on the back. And so for right now, that has my work phone in it. The front both have a key lanyard. They both have this zipper pocket. But a major difference is the height. So they're approximately the same capacity, but the Ulanzi is a solid inch and a half taller. It's about the same width. And then it has the rear pocket as opposed to an interior pocket. And that's key for my needs because in some of the other work that I do, I can take this tracer tactical insert, which has the hook on the back. And unlike the Bellroy, the Ulanzi has loop throughout. And so I can take this insert, attach it to the bag, and in case I'm really hungry, I have an extra Milky Way bar and then some backup Hershey's bars. And those all click in super nicely into that tracer tactical insert. And so if I'm hungry during the day and I really need a Milky Way and I have it slung, then I can just zip it open and grab my Milky Way out. And I have it right there. And no one's any the wiser that I have a Milky Way on my body. If I have my camera in here and I don't want to use the tracer tactical insert, then I can just take a single Milky Way bar and it fits very nicely into this back pocket here, which zips up perfectly. So the only downside to this bag that I've found so far is the material that it's made out of. It's made out of this, it almost feels like inner tube, like bicycle inner tube material, where it's this rubberized fabric. Somebody likened it to the DJI bag, and that's why I have it here. Candidly, the DJI bag, if this was only just a little bit bigger, it would fit my purposes so nicely. But candidly, the material on the DJI bag is superior, in my opinion, to the Ulanzi. So I've had this for a few weeks now, and it picks up dirt, it picks up scuffs fairly easily. And there's a little bit of, I can tell along here, there's a little bit of, there's a couple pock marks. So this bag could be absolutely perfect if I think they just took a second to explore some different fabric types. But everything else about the bag works really nicely. It's got, all the stitching is quality, the metal hardware, the zippers operate fabulously. Even the front zipper. I find it interesting that they used it's got this little clear tip on this back zipper. And at first I thought it was like an additional flashlight, but I think it's just supposed to look cool. So that's why this has taken the spot as my everyday carry bag, and it really suits my needs. So previously that was the Bellroy, and then before that I tried giving the Alpaka Go, and this is a really good bag, but it's too small. It's got the back pocket. Only thing I can fit in there is keys and maybe my wallet. The interior is this hunter orange. It also has the loop material, so you could put things in here. But again, the only thing I can really fit in there is a camera. Camera, lens, microphone, batteries. I can't really fit any of these other things that I need. Some of it I can stash it up front, but not to the point that I need. And then I actually picked this up in Japan back in 2019, and it's been a fantastic bag, especially for countries where you don't have access to Milky Way bars. It's just a great little city bag. I think that having upgraded from the APS-C ZVE10 to the full frame A7S3, I don't think this bag would be big enough, but at the time it was fantastic for when we were getting it on and off the Shinkansen and having my passport, having cash on hand, just everything right there, especially because in Japan we had to have hard currency with us, so having a little place to stash coins was key. So that all being said is really why I've chosen to go with the Ulanzi bag. Another key, and I'll do a video on this later, but another key component was that I wanted it to be able to fit into the backpack that I recently got. So I got a Rehose 30 or 35 liter full zip backpack that I love. And I needed a bag that I could shove into the top of that. So both the Air 2S and the Ulanzi both fit in there, whereas anything that was wider wouldn't be able to fit in well. So yeah, I appreciate you joining me. Again, this is not so much a review as much of a use case as to why this bag fits my needs. I'm trying to share a little bit of my thought process behind the solutions that I've chosen to use. And so if you got value out of it, I'm very thankful for that, and hopefully it helps somebody out. But just thanks for your time. All right, bye for now.